212 Evolution of Culture and Society. You are welcome to study session 1. Introduction. In this study session, you will be introduced to what anthropology is, the types of anthropology, the areas of interest of anthropologists, and the forms of cultural and biological adaptation. As the various divisions of anthropology have been explained, your understanding will be enriched to appreciate the study. Learning outcomes for study session 1. When you have studied this session, you should be able to 1. Define anthropology and divide the study anthropology into 4 subfields. 2. Define human adaptation. 3. State the forms of cultural and biological adaptation. 4. Identify the existing relationship between anthropology and other academic fields. The scope of anthropology. To understand the scope of anthropology, one must understand its subdisciplines and the relationship between them. Appreciating these subdisciplines will enrich the learner's understanding of the anthropological field. Anthropology, therefore, has 2 general broad divisions. 1. Physical anthropology, and 2. Cultural anthropology. However, in more concise way, anthropology as an academic discipline has 4 subfields. They are 1. Cultural anthropology, 2. Archaeology, 3. Biological anthropology, and 4. Linguistic anthropology. Archaeological anthropology studies human behavior through cultural patterns and the process of gathering material remains. Examples of such material remains are artifacts, that is, horse shed, jewelry, and tools, garbage, burial remains, and remains of structures. Archaeologists use paleoecological studies to establish ecological and subsistence parameters within which given groups lived. Archaeological records provide unique opportunity to look at changes in social complexity over time. Archaeologists also study the cultures of historical and living people. Historical archaeology combines archaeological data and textual data to reconstruct historically known groups. Studies have shown that what people reported may contrast with real behavior. Biological anthropology may be viewed as the study of human biological variation in time and space. It includes evolution, genetics, growth and development, and primatology. Biological anthropology draws on biology, zoology, geology, anatomy, physiology, medicine, public health, osteology, and archaeology. Special interest can be given to paleoanthropology and primatology. Paleoanthropology is the study of human evolution as revealed by the fossil record. This is seen in human genetics, human growth and development, human biological plasticity, that is, body's ability to change. Primatology, on the other hand, is the study of the biology of primate evolution, primate behavior, and the social life of the primates. Linguistic anthropology is the study of language in its social and cultural context across space and time. It consists of the following: historical linguistics and social linguistics. Historical linguistics is concerned with the reconstruct of ancient languages and the study of linguistic variation through time. Social linguistics, however, investigate relationships between social and linguistic variation, that is, anthropological linguistics, to discover varied perception and patterns of thought and practice in different cultures. Human adaptation. Human adaptation occurs in all known society. The society herself organizes life in groups with cultural belief. Culture is a form of learned traditions, customs, and innovations that govern behavior and beliefs. This is what differentiates modern man from other primates. Culture makes human distinct, and it is transmitted through learning. Adaptation is the process by which organisms cope with environmental forces and stresses. Humans adapt using biological and cultural means. As shown by research, rate of changes accelerated during the past 10,000 years. The first civilizations arose between 6,000 and 5,000 BP, that is, before the present. Relationship between anthropology and other academic fields. Generally, academic disciplines of anthropology include: 1. Sociocultural anthropology, that is, cultural anthropology. 2. Archaeological anthropology. 3. Biological anthropology. And 4. Linguistic anthropology, as noted earlier. Anthropology was developed in the United States of America. Early American anthropologists studying native peoples of North America combined study of customs, social life, language, and physical traits. They came to a sound conclusions that human nature cannot be derived from studying a single nation, society, or cultural tradition. Biocultural anthropology is the inclusion and combination, that is, to solve a common problem, of biological and cultural perspectives and approaches. Culture is a key environmental force in determining how human bodies grow and develop. Cultural standards of attractiveness and propriety influence participation and achievement in sports. Cultural anthropology, however, describes, analyzes, and interprets and explains social and cultural similarities and differences. One of the ways to do that is the use of both ethnography and ethnology methods. In ethnography, a field work will be conducted in a particular culture and then provides account of that community, society, or culture. While in ethnology, the researcher will use cross-cultural comparison. It may be the comparative study of ethnographic data, two or more communities, societies, or culture. The use of ethnography and ethnology are not limited to anthropology alone. This makes the field to be related to other academic fields of study. Anthropology as a science uses systematic field of study or body of knowledge that aims, through experiment, observation, and deduction, to produce reliable explanations of phenomena with reference to the material and physical world. Here, we shall see briefly the relationship of anthropology and other academic fields. Cultural anthropology and sociology share an interest in social relations, organizations, and behavior. Originally, sociologists focused on industrial West anthropology and psychology, as Malinowski contended that cultural context molds individual psychology. Here, he shows the relationship between the two disciplines. Anthropological science uses scientific methods of explanation and conducts researches through theoretical and hypothesis testing. They came to a second conclusion that human nature cannot be derived from studying a single nation, society, or cultural tradition. Who are the they in the above sentence as examined earlier? Early American anthropology studied native people of North America. Scientists strive to improve understanding by testing hypotheses that suggest explanations of things and events. They explain how and why of the thing to be understood, that is, the explicando, are related to other things in some known way. 1. An association in research is the observed relationships between two or more measured variables. 2. A theory is more general because it is an explanatory framework containing a series of statements that helps us understand why something exists or happens in a particular way. Theories suggest patterns, connections, and relationships that may be confirmed by new research. Associations usually state probabilistically with two or more variables that tend to be related in a predictable way. Theories can be proved, but we evaluate them through the method of falsification. Theories that are not disproved are acceptable because the available evidence seems to support them. These processes are evident in anthropological enterprise and in other academic fields. Summary of Study Session 1. In Study Session 1, you have learned that 1. Anthropology is a science that uses experimentation, observation, and deduction to produce reliable explanations of phenomena with reference to the material and physical world. 2. Anthropology as an academic discipline has four subfields. They are cultural anthropology, archaeology, biological anthropology, and linguistic anthropology. 3. Adaptation is a process by which organisms cope with environmental forces and stresses. 4. Cultural and biological adaptation takes the forms of technology, genetic adaptation, and long and short-term physiological adaptation. 5. There are existing relationships between cultural anthropology and sociology, anthropology and psychology, anthropology and biology, anthropology and archaeology. We have now come to the end of Study Session 1. Thanks for listening.